All right, I am at 1111 Monroe Drive, and we are 87, 88 feet out. The line goes underneath unit B and C, and then go straight out kind of next to the tree, and then joins the line in between. So there's the main line for the units in between the first manhole and the parking lot, and another manhole that's close to the entryway next to the street. This line intersects in the middle of that line that's going from one manhole to another. So we're 88 feet out, so this line's a little bit shorter than some of the other ones we've had. I'm gonna start heading back now. Let's look on that right side. I think it's just, discolored or something. It don't look like a break. No, it's not. Yeah, because you can see it's dark right there. You see that? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that kind of looks funny, but that's not appearing as a break or anything of that nature. We do kind of dip into the line, but it doesn't really look like an offset. I think it actually is a backwards reducer, essentially. We're going into a larger drain. So we're coming back. That was SDR. At one point that was fixed, but we're going to be in clay for the rest of the duration. So you can see it looks to be roots, but it's on the circumference of the drain, so it could be just discoloration, the stuff that's kind of got hung up in there, but it does look kind of like, I don't know, it's just hard to tell if those are roots, but we've seen a lot of that. But if that is roots, it's not going to be something that we can snake very well because it's already down to the circumference of the drain, so that does not warrant cleaning. Again, nothing's protruding out for us to cut out there. Same thing right there. Section looks really good. So the clay is in good shape. There's nothing to be noted in the clay. I do want to mention there is this small spot of roots right here that my cable can grab onto. I want to ask Brett if he wants me to clean that out. It is very small, very insignificant, but it is growing along the drain, so eventually it will grow enough to need to be cut out. But if we want to try to have me cut that out today, that is something that I can do. So we'll ask about that. We do want to note that the cast iron does, if any, the clay is in good shape, minus that minor root spot. But we do have some standing water in sections of this cast iron drain. And we do have a section where we go underwater for a significant area. This is going to be underneath unit B and C within the units in the crawl space. Whether that's suspended or in the dirt, we do not know at this time. Where's that belly? Right here. So we're going to go underwater. We'll measure this out. We'll come all the way back and kind of go forward, at least to the cast, just to get a good representation of what we're looking at. I do want to mention right here, this looks kind of funny. So this is ABS. It's been repaired. The Y has been repaired with ABS. This is going to be a fitting. So, you know, this is a band. There's a little bit of space there, but we're not accumulating right here. And that's just because of how it's banded on. So not exactly an offset, that's a transition fitting. We do have some standing water right here, so kind of like with 1101 Monroe Drive, we do have rot. This one's probably a little less significant than that one, but it's gonna have some time. The time, who knows, 5, 10 years, 15 years maybe next year. I don't think it would be, but there's going to be a time where the sweep goes out. Kind of sucks that we have this section right here that's fixed, but we didn't go back a little bit more. So we'll go back forward and we'll notice that we are good right now. We do have some signs of age. We do have some scale buildup. And we're gonna go in the water right here around 10 feet. And then we're gonna press on and we're gonna be underwater, either completely submerged or at least the camera completely submerged. So it's about 1/4 of the way up the drain, and then we kind of come out of it around 16 feet. That belly might cause some accumulation that can cause some backups, even though we're really not seeing much of it. However, the standing water will expedite the rotting process. So that section and one down the way, I think we're about to look at it again. Might need to get taken a look at in the future. Again, these are underneath units B and C. Take us closer to the end. Right here, yeah, right before the clay. And we'll come out of it and go into clay. So I'm gonna ask Brett, who just pulled up, if he wants me to try to knock out those roots. If we do knock out the roots, I might give a part 2 video just to show that they got knocked out. Any other questions, refer to the invoice summary. My name is Caleb. Thank you very much for your time.